Hi, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Boss versus Coach. It's been a while since we have been interacting with you. We launched our series we very sometime last year. It went well. We have been able to get our first book out to you, and the book is doing reasonably well. I am getting very positive feedbacks, very encouraging reviews, and people are buying this book, investing in Boss versus Coach, and trusting this much needed transformative journey. Thank you, everyone who has shown their faith and support to us. Uh, we have been interacting with you for a while now, and we thought we should get something very interesting to you. Something which is not for the coaches, something which is not for the young professionals, but something which is for the leaders. And that is the selfish side of coaching. So, coaching often is taken as a selfless job where one gives their time, render support, help coach, motivate, and inspire others to grow. But this is half side of the story. The other half side remains that coaching is a selfishly done job. The reason being that as leaders, as coaches, we also grow when we make others grow. As coaches, we also learn when we help others learn. As coaches, we also develop skills when we help others develop skills. So, coaching is no longer a selfless side of it. It also has a selfish side, and the side is to grow self, to develop self, to improve self, so that we become a better leader, we become a better coach while creating the next line of leadership. Olivia, very interesting and funny thought.
Yeah, and I think that that's all true. I could take it further. I like to push these things. I think if you're someone who doesn't particularly want to develop yourself, who doesn't want to do all of that, you still get a lot of benefit by coaching, and you might wonder why. So, if through coaching you're kind of pushing the work down, you're encouraging others to grow, to find their own answers, develop their critical skills, one of the things you're doing is you're allowing yourself more scale. So, you can really tightly micromanage how many people, 5, 10. You can coach and support and lead 100. So you can really scale your business faster and further if you're pushing that work down and encouraging others to do it. I could also offer money. If you're sending the money down, the work down to people who are paid, I don't know, half your salary, a third, I don't know what it is, but it costs your company less when they are doing the work. So if for no other reason, money's always quite a good motivator for a lot of people. There's also maybe something about speed. If you are the only one who has the answers, everyone has to come to you when they want a solution. Well, you're the bottleneck. So if you have something else to do, if you're in a meeting, if you're unavailable, everyone stops waiting for you to come back. So there's something about speed. What about just enjoying your life? I know so many leaders who are the first in the morning, the last one out at night. They're working longer hours than everyone else because they're doing the work. So what if you were selfish and you just wanted to have more time back? Well, push the work down, coach people to do it for themselves, let them do the hard yards, and you sit at a quality level so that you can just make sure that there's that going on. But also if you're a partner or a director of a company and you're doing the work of managers, like you say, how are you developing? What if you wanted to learn something more? Most of us are motivated not purely by cash, but actually by learning, by having a bit of purpose in our lives. So if you get them to do that stuff, maybe you could learn something new. Innovation. If you're talking to the young kids today, every other thing is about how you can get AI to do the job more quickly. Now, I don't know about you, but there's too much for me to keep up with. But when I talk to a group of managers, each of them has tried a different platform, has learned a different thing. And found so many tools and used them because they're teaching me this stuff. I don't even have to understand it. I just have to say, that sounds like a good idea. Go and do it. So there's so much that we can do to get stuff off our shoulders. And you know, the last thing, you might actually have some fun. Humans do want to connect, even the gruffest, grumpiest boss amongst us. We do like it when we get to know people a bit more and we peel back those layers and maybe we can have a laugh at work. So maybe by being a coach and getting to know people better, you'll find out who's around you and you might have more fun. So I think that there's so many reasons, even if you don't want to develop your staff, you're giving yourself lots of, you're holding yourself back a lot if you're not taking on the opportunity to push the work to them and to find out what else you could do with your life.
Can't agree more, Olivia, on this. For our readers and for those who are following us very closely, how is our book helping the coaches, the leaders to satisfy their craving for coaching?
Well, you know, it's been an interesting one actually. The feedback that I've had, quite a lot of people I know have been through leadership programs and have learnt about coaching in one way or another. But with this book, they've got short exercises that they can use as soon as tomorrow. There's ways for them to think about their interactions that they had yesterday. We give reflective questions. So the feedback I'm getting is that it's because it's there with them all the time. It's just on their desk. Every now and again, they'll thumb through and try something different. And you know what? It's all working. So they're finding out that, yeah, little changes to how I do things can make big results. So I might make a few more changes. And one person was saying to me what they really liked was they didn't have to read it from front to back to learn the lessons. You just literally open up a page, read a few case studies, read a few exercises or experiments to play with, try them out. So I think it's really fun that people are finding their own way through what we've shared.
Absolutely. In fact, the reviews and the feedbacks that are coming to me are equally encouraging and exciting. Even young professionals to those who are seasoned leaders, all are reading through the book, giving their honest reviews, which showcase that the freshness and the kind of useful insights that they found in the book, and they feel it's a must for one to be have. The reason is not that it is our book people should read. It is because this book is on a theme. This book is on an idea which everyone wants to see.
Mm.
No one wants to deal in the era of bosses. All wants to see an era of elevation, enablement, and empowerment. All wants to see themselves becoming a coach while having the coaches around to nurture them for becoming a leader. And I
Mm.
think our book is a balanced recipe for one to see themselves growing along with growing others, and thus doing the selfish side of a coach while acting to do a selfless side of it. I think it's a very funny but very true and honest interpretation that yes, as coaches, as leaders, we also want to do things. We also want to learn. We also want to have fun. We also want to interact with people. We also want to see experiences which they are going through, and then take it up on ourselves and see how we can improve on the same. And that's how coaching becomes what it is. Uh, Olivia, what's your take on this?
No, I think that's right. I'll tell you one more selfish thing. It's not very long. So for people who don't want to read lots, there's not much to it in terms of volume. I mean, I've got behind me a shelf of all the different books that kind of give you the same thing. So I think it's attractive in that people can just pick it up, as I said before, try out a couple of things. They will develop, they will grow new skills. But like I said, they'll also figure out how to communicate with the people around them in a way that gets them to perform better. And surely there aren't that many leaders around who don't want that.
Absolutely. So, for the readers who are still missing the bus, who are still to get on the journey, this is the go-to guide for you. Do pick the book. The book is available on Amazon and Kindle. Do visit our channel www.bossversuscoach.com and Do reach out to me and Olivia if you want to be a part of our future podcasts. Share your questions, share your suggestions, share your feedback, share your criticism as we take fun out of everything. And those will help us becoming more better as well. On that note, wish you all the best. Have a great day, great evening. Thank you. Bye bye. Take care.
Great.
Bye,
Thanks.
Olivia.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.